Commissioner, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very blessed, thanks.
Is it Brian or Michael Taylor? are you doing, sir? Okay. 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 Thanks. Nice to see you.
Okay, Ray. I'll call the meeting to order, and all three commissioners are present. It was properly posted on August 11th, and we have from the Treasurer's Office, Mark Cycle, to lead us in the prayer and pledge.
Let us pray. O Lord, we give you thanks for freedom in a world where many walk in darkness, for faith in a world where many walk in fear, for friends, O Lord, where many walk alone. For your grace and mercy, we give you thanks, O Lord. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. The Treasurer's requested that we go ahead and jump to his item to honor one of his longtime employees. Mr. Treasurer?
Good morning, Commissioners, and thank you very much. This is one of those mixed moments, of course, a moment of very gladness because we have someone who has earned everything she's ever received, and then sadness. We are, as of 31st of August, she will no longer be making that trip from out east to come down here every day. So what we have honored, or who we are honoring today is Miss Diane Williams. And before I ask Diane to come up here, she has with her her daughter Jennifer and her son Michael. Remind me sometime to tell you a story about Michael, but I won't do that today, Michael. Anyway, Diane, if you would please. A resolution honoring Diane Williams on her retirement and 40 years of dedication and outstanding service to Oklahoma County. Whereas Diane Williams will retire on August 31st, 2022, after a 40-year career with the Oklahoma County Treasurer's Office and service to the citizens of Oklahoma County. And whereas Diane Williams began her employment with the Oklahoma County Treasurer's Office on August 2nd, 1982, and whereas Diane Williams has served the Oklahoma County Treasurer's Office with various job titles from tax clerk, correspondence clerk, to her current position as supervisor of cashiers and mortgage tax. She does know where the money is. And whereas Diane Williams is not only respected as a co-worker, but as a daughter, wife, mother, grandmother. And whereas Diane Williams has faithfully served the two county treasurers during her service to Oklahoma County. And whereas Diane Williams has served Oklahoma County Treasurer's Office with integrity, dedication, and professional service throughout her 40-year career. And whereas Diane Williams has served as a mentor for many employees, gaining their respect, friendship, and admiration. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County, in appreciation of her 40 years of dedicated service, does hereby recognize the significant contributions made by Diane Williams and congratulate and thank her for her 40 years of service to Oklahoma County in the Oklahoma County Treasurer's Office. Approve this 15th day of August 2022 Board of County Commissioners, Brian Mon, Chairman, Kevin Calvey, Vice Chairman, and Carrie Bloomer, Member. Want to say something?
Thank you. I'm grateful and really humbled. I'm glad I got to serve the citizens of Oklahoma County, and I'm going to miss everybody in the treasurer's office for sure, especially you. Thank you.
That's another long story. Could we get a picture perhaps of Diane and her family?
Yes. Whoops. Phone. Go ahead and just take it.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying not to get the microphone. There we go. Yay!
Okay, thank you.
You can go now.
Butch, do you care to give this to her now? The resolution?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, there's more. Oh, this is
That's
another
for
one.
Jamie.
Okay. All right, that's item 63. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval on item 63.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Then while we're honoring, would you care to do item 44 for Juvenile Bureau?
Yes.
And anybody want to take this one? I'm happy to, but
Go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
Hannah, you want to do it?
Good morning.
Morning.
This is a resolution commending Miss Jamie Overstreet for 9 years of public service to the constituents of Oklahoma County. Whereas Miss Overstreet began her career with the Oklahoma County Juvenile Bureau on July 1st, 2013, after retiring from the Department of Corrections, where she served the constituents of the state of Oklahoma for over 32 years. And whereas throughout her years working for Oklahoma County, she has distinguished herself in the field by her experience and knowledge, leading others throughout her tenure with unwavering ethics and standards as the director of the Oklahoma County Juvenile Bureau. And whereas Oklahoma County can continue to expect a similar dedication to the standards of excellence for all employees she's affected during her tenure. She'll be dearly missed, and her standards of excellence will be continued by all she served. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County, in appreciation of her service to the state of Oklahoma, as well as to Oklahoma County, does hereby convey this resolution in honor of Miss Jamie Overstreet, Director of the Oklahoma County Juvenile Bureau.
Thank you. I had to borrow my reading glasses, these reading glasses, because I forgot mine. And I knew I was going to have to come up here, so I thought, well, I better get a few comments together. And so I was talking to Stacy. I thought he might have some, and he said, just memorize it real quick. I said, oh, my God. So what I want to say is how truly blessed I am to have met all of you. And this job it's definitely made me more compassionate and patient and understanding, and certainly more educated regarding the serious trauma that so many youth experience. And I'd like to say that really the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And that's why the Juvenile Bureau has so many great employees. And I've been very honored to walk alongside each of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah. Jamie, come back up. Come back up.
Ready?
Yes. I do not do this. It's obvious my wife does. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Come on, look at me. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I'm doing this.
Is there a motion on item 44?
I'll move approval on item 44.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And the next one's not an agenda item, but I think Gretchen was going to lead us in singing happy birthday to Stacy. No go. Well, happy birthday, Stacy, yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Sorry, Gretchen, let you down. All right. Back to resuming the order of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of both August 1st and August 2nd?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I noticed that we have some counsel here for various things. I don't know if we would want to take some of those items up and some other guests here to take that up if we would.
Sure. I think because some of them want to speak about council's items, would we care to go ahead and have citizens comment?
Sure.
Okay, Sean Cummings.
Good morning, everybody. I'm actually here on official capacity, which I've never done before. But I was reading through the agenda items, and I was concerned that I didn't see the ask that the former mayor, Kathy Cummings, made for money for the village for about $3.5 million for some infrastructure when you first were receiving the ARPA funds. So I just wanted to make sure that those were going to be looked at. Both of those projects, one is a sewer south of Britain and Nichols Road, and between that one and the other one that's another block over from Britain Road. So about $3.5 million when she did the original ask, which has gone up to about 3.85 already. So we just want to make sure that we are in the mix. Inflation will obviously seemingly keep hitting it. Since she's not on council anymore, I didn't know if maybe we got missed in an email or something else, or we just don't understand the application process. So I'd just like to make sure, since we have a new commissioner, that maybe we look friendlier towards the village and make sure we've got all the paperwork we need to get this in and get this ask done. It was too big to go into our bond proposal that just passed. Okay, thank you very much.
Christopher Johnston.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to ask each and every one of you all about the process for these funds. It's much needed, and that it be transparent. There has been a history of non-transparency, and let's not repeat the same mistakes. And it also be equitable as well, because there are a lot of folks, for instance, Spencer and various other rural areas, that typically get left out of the mix when it comes to government funds that need help for drainage, et cetera, et cetera. And so I ask for that. And I also ask once again to address the number one human rights issue in the state of Oklahoma, which should be the most important issue in this county. Our organization, People's Council for Justice Reform, has the worst story that we have ever heard yet. This person is afraid to come out for fear of retribution, but it will come out and it will shock everybody what has been happening in that facility, in the detention center. Their fear of retribution just for being a patriot, for wanting to be a whistleblower. But I want to leave you with this. According to Reuters, which is a top statistical company, a lot of agencies use it, the federal government as well. From 2000 to 2019, we lost 73 people at our jail, which is still 3 times more than the national average. The national average is like 1.45 or something. We lost 12 this year so far. We have lost a total of 28 in 2 years. In 19 years under law enforcement, under the sheriff, we lost only 73, and we will within a few years surpass that. So we need to look at the management, and we need to start addressing this issue properly, which is we need to bring in the federal government for a takeover. Because again, 73 people in 19 years, and so far in just last year and only 8 months of this year, we've lost 28. We're en route to losing 20 this year.
Okay, any others? Commission's pleasure on which item to take up? Because I think we got multiple guests here on multiple items.
I think we do. Perhaps the bond services items.
Is that all right with you?
Mm-hmm. And that's number 25, 26, 27, 28.
I think so.
Okay,
Well, 26, 27,
26, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Mr. Cunningham here. You want to go ahead and come forward with?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Smith, yeah. Rick Smith. I'm sorry, I see that it is.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Rick Smith, President of Municipal Finance Services in Edmond. As you know, we've been working with the Commission over the last few months leading up to your election, and congratulations on the successful passage. We've prepared a contract for your consideration to be co-financial advisor with the D.A. Davidson firm as the bond issue and the bond process begins. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you might have.
Questions?
And I just want to kind of clarify for the public, you said co-counsel or co-financial advisors, and that is common in this scenario.
On transactions of this size.
Yeah.
I'll move the item.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Smith.
Appreciate it.
Co-counsel, Mr. Cunningham.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. I'm Craig Cunningham with D.A. Davidson. I'm joined today by my partner, Ed Wells. Delighted to be here, delighted to get on with the next and perhaps more important stage of the process, and that's to go out and monitor market conditions, be ready to act as soon as the Commission's ready to act. But again, submitted our co-financial advisor agreement and happy to answer any questions.
As I discussed with you, I just wanted to point out that the Davidson is of no relation to the Chief Deputy, Miles Davidson. So there's no conflict of interest.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Any other questions or comments?
And for the public's benefit, I just want everyone to know that both Rick and you have met with the three of us and our staffs multiple times over the last 6 months. And have provided us, up-to-date information on the bond market and interest rates and all of that. So you all have done a very good job of making sure that we are making an educated decision based on your recommendations. So
Thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate that.
And you handled our previous bond, correct?
Yeah, I've handled a few of the previous. I did not handle the previous GOLT, but I have handled OIA and a number of other Oklahoma County issues. PBA and others.
Right. Okay.
All right, I'll move the item.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And then, as a matter of routine, we usually have this contract on at the first of the fiscal year, but knowing these items were coming, John Michael Williams, attorney, waited to bring these all together. Is there anything else you care to add, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. This is our annual contract.
John Michael, can you remind us how many years you all have provided this service for us?
Our joint firms have provided this service for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
You may-
I knew it was a while.
Yeah, Gary Bush for years and years, did this prior to his retirement. So, but more than I can remember.
Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I think we have 29, right, which is specifically for their firm with regard to the gold bonds.
Yeah, and I believe Alex Yoffe's here for that.
Well, no, there's 29. I think we just did 28, but 29, that's not a duplicate, is it? We do need to do,
No, this is different.
okay, so it's with the same firms, just with regard to, instead of general bond counsel, specifically with regard to the gold bonds.
Right.
Okay.
But we do have Alex Joffe for the other item, don't we?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure he was in the room. Okay. Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move item 29.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's Mr. Yoffe.
Well, he was here.
Just trying to get to all the attorneys.
Yeah. Do we have somebody here on item 30 from the city?
I don't believe
Okay.
they were coming. I was going to offer.
Then if Mr. Yaffe is here, I guess that's an executive session item, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, but we have a lot of folks in the crowd. Is there any others here for a specific item? So we don't keep you waiting from task.
Pastor Manning.
We're here to support Overstreet.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Well, that's very kind of you. And, Pastor Theodis Manning is a member of our Criminal Justice Advisory Committee since its founding and head of an outstanding nonprofit task that helps prevent, reduce, and restore people from gang violence. So thank you, Pastor.
Are there any other members of the audience here waiting on a particular item before we went into executive session?
Commissioners, we have item 33 on, and I have a tax roll correction
Okay.
meeting at 9:30, and I
You
was
want to
just
take 31 through 33? They won't take but a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say that item 33 is our contract, and I want to thank everybody that's worked very hard on this. Mike Morrison, my chief deputy.
Start with
Sean-
31.
Pardon me?
31. CoStar.
Oh, is it? Oh, those are renewals, annual renewals.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is there a motion for 31?
I'll move item 31.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then your storage space agreement?
Yes, sir. Same renewal.
I'll move approval of item 32.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now go ahead, 30.
Thank you. Mike Morrison, my chief deputy, has been instrumental in this, along with Tim Connor, who's in our GIS staff, Chantel, our central purchasing agent, and then Gretchen Crawford as well, and Marcy Hoffman, all of those folks. And I wanted to thank the budget board. I want to thank the budget evaluation team, and I'm very excited about getting the county to dream about what we can do with the SRI. And I appreciate all of you for your support. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
And I do appreciate this description, bullet points of how this will help the county and who will use it, and I appreciate that.
It's really dream. I'd encourage everyone who has any tasks in the county to contact the SRI and ask for what they're doing in similar jurisdictions, so you can see what's being used to be able to manage and monitor and provide services. It's tremendous technology, and we use it every day. Anyway, thank you all for your help.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Now, do we want to go into executive session?
Yeah.
To accommodate council?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move we recess into executive session.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ready?
Move we return to or from executive session to regular session.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
On item 69, I'll move that we reject the settlement.
Oh, to re-enter. Okay.
$69.
Yeah, I'll move we reject the settlement.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On item 70, I will move that we approve settlement with Johnson & Johnson and the settlement with McKesson, Amerisource Bergen, and Cardinal Health, and that we authorize the chairman to sign necessary settlement documents pursuant to instructions of council.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 71, I'll move that we reject the settlement.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On item 72, I would move that we proceed as discussed in executive session.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And on item 73, I would move that we disclaim subject to any unpaid taxes.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you for everyone's patience. Now I think we can return to the regular agenda. It won't take long. Item 2 is just our update on the P card. Is there anything in particular to point out? Okay, that was attached. Is there a motion?
Let's see, what number are we on?
Item 2.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opening of the bids.
Good morning.
Morning.
We have one bid this morning. It's bid number CW23027B for correctional clothing. This is a rebid. Acme Supply. Shoe Corp. ICS Gel Supplies. Victory Supply. Bob Barker Company. And Charmtex. And this concludes the bids.
I'll move they be tabulated and returned.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I'll move we approve our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there any change to the blanket? No changes.
I'll move we approve our blanket.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. We'll give you a second. Okay. Okay.
Ready again? Hit a motion button.
Oh, I'll move approval on item 5.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there any individual consideration to the consent docket? If not, is there a motion to take it as a whole?
I'll move we approve our consent docket.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And District 1 has a Crooked Oak agreement.
Yes, we are assisting Crooked Oak with building a maintenance facility for their football practice field. The Crooked Oak is going to be paying for materials, and the county will be paying for labor and equipment. So I will move the item.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This is our annual agreement with the Wildlife Services not to exceed $2,400.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we had done those items.
30, I think we still have to do.
Yeah, down to 30. So this is as I mentioned, I visited with the city of Oklahoma City, and Stacy Trumbo attended that meeting with me and the city manager, and I think he's briefed each of you about how that went. And this would be to enlist them to be a managing partner of the managing project for the jail. And there's a lot of legal questions. There's a lot of just things to work out on how that would work. And so I felt more comfortable if I brought it back to you two and asked for your blessing to encourage staff to go forward with this conversation. And it's far from a final agreement, but this is what I thought would be necessary in order to engage in any more discussion and then bring back some documents for potentially for you to approve. Any questions?
And Mr. Taylor, you're chair of P&G, correct? Okay. Do you all think you need to, I know your regular meetings are only once a month. Do you have any intention of maybe calling some special meetings to discuss this? Or what was your plan?
Commissioners, our regular meeting is once a month. We do occasionally meet every other week, weekly. So it'd be at the pleasure of BOCC on how fast we need to move forward.
I think from my understanding with the city is they were going to have to put a pencil to it and different things that they felt like they would need, which may or may not be acceptable terms to us. They may or may not be things that, even legally are possible. So there's just a lot to vet out. But I believe that they were willing to start off. And so I don't know how long that's going to take them, but I told them no need to waste their time doing that until we had blessed it and agreed that that's the direction we wanted to go. But if this is our pleasure, I think that's what will happen is they're going to kick us the first round of documents, and then that'll be when the P&G needs to meet. I don't know how long that'll take.
And the nice thing about sending this to P&G is that representatives from the city can come to P&G and you all can have those public discussions about what the city can do, what the county can do, what we're both going to agree to, those types of things. So
to the extent of what's on the agenda, yes.
Correct. I do think this is a good idea to direct policy and governance to kind of work through this and see what both sides can come up with.
Yeah, city has a much larger budget than we do. They have experience with other projects of this nature, and they are by far the majority customer of the Oklahoma County Jail. So they have a stake in the game as well. So I think it's prudent to at least discuss what we can do with them and see what the terms are.
And they could not be more encouraging and cooperative thus far. So I've appreciated their spirit and their attitude, and really have enjoyed discussing this with them in concept. So thank you just even for that up to this point. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval on item 30 to send this item to policy and governance.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that takes us down to emergency management. Mr. Barnes. These are just fire agreements here, the first two.
Yes, sir. The first two items, item 34 and 35, are annual fire equipment agreements with Forest Park and Luther, respectively. It's routine items.
Okay.
I'll move approval on item 34.
And 35.
And 35.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 36 is the annual agreement with the city of Oklahoma City for rental of the space that we have out, we call it the bunker, out on Martin Luther King. It's a lease agreement with them. That is also a routine item.
Now, I know later on in the agenda, there is an item for allocating some ARPA money for potentially a new emergency management center. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If that is approved, and maybe you don't know this, maybe we don't know this answer yet, but will this lease space with the city need to continue or? Okay.
That is not the intent at this point. That would be our own facility.
Awesome. Okay. I'll move approval on item 36.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 37 is simply to approve the opportunity to apply for what we call our annual Emergency Management Performance Grant, EMPG grant. That is the grant that funds the Emergency Management Special Revenue account here at Oklahoma County. This is an annual again, performance. They mean performance. There's a lot of things that we have to do during the year to keep that going. We do receive quarterly payments on that.
Okay,
I'll move approval.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for your time. Stacy?
Item 38 is change order number 2 for our 6th Ford project. It's to add some electrical outlets and some additional data raceways for the public defender, $1,656.
Well, I appreciate everybody thinking about electrical outlets. I've got an office that doesn't have any, so I can imagine how painful that is.
And I know with our 6th floor remodel, the projected date was around September, but it seems like it may be more like, is Mr. Monroe here? Sounds like it might be more like October, November. Longer than that. Okay. Okay. I'll move approval on item 38.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 39 is division order for your oil royalties with Charter Oak Productions.
Well, we definitely want to do that.
I'll move approval on item 39.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The next items are come up to us from District 1, trying to get some speed limits more in line with the condition of the roads and so forth in the eastern part of the county. 40 is reducing the speed limit on Harrow Road from Memorial to Britain to 45 miles an hour. Recommend approval.
I'll move approval on item 40.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. And can I ask a
41.
quick question?
Yeah.
I assume we are responsible for changing the signage.
Yes.
Okay.
After today's meeting, if these are approved, the district will change the
Okay.
sign.
And if you intend for that to be enforced, I would coordinate with the sheriff to be camping out up there, because that will not be something they were accustomed to. They were very much in favor of that speed limit, and they requested it pretty enthusiastically out there. So
The sheriff's office?
the local,
Oh, they wanted it
they
lowered.
wanted it higher.
Oh.
Because there's so much traveling to get around and long time to get to places. And so they are accustomed to driving every bit of that.
And it was my understanding that I could not remember which of these, there was a fatality. And I think that's what prompted us to request a lower speed limit. Joe, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, Commissioner, if I remember correctly from my conversations with Mr. Jasper, most of these changes are on roads that we inherited in the redistricting process.
Yeah, that's
And you're
why I'm
correct.
giving you the
Right.
background.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've had the phone calls probably that you've had. And because of the condition of the roadway and because there had recently been a fatality accident, if I remember correctly, and Commissioner Mon might know, it was involved a hill and too fast, and I believe they became airborne and went off the road.
I don't think they were going 55 though.
Right,
I think
right.
they were going far in excess of that.
And in addition, these are also school bus routes for the HERA jurisdiction, and they are supportive of this as well.
Okay.
And if you get the condition of the road improved in the future, we can always revisit
Okay.
and raise the speed limit back at some point. But the 41's Memorial Road from Pot Road to Luther Road. Again, 45 mile an hour.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's important to point out, these were definitely appropriate at the time they were approved.
Triple X from Wilshire to 63rd, 45 mile an hour. Item 42.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And item 43 is Memorial Road from Luther Road to the railroad, which is the city limits of Oklahoma City.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We've done item 44, and now we will start off the policy and governance items.
Commissioners, before you, there are 16 individual projects that Policy and Governance has recommended to move forward. And I believe it's from a list of 97 projects so far, and some of those have been archived and some of them are still under review. We'll start with item 43.
45.
Oh, yes, thank you. I loaned out my glasses earlier, so I can't really see. So item 45 is project 10001, and that's with our county IT. All these departments and offices are before you today, so if you have any further questions of them. This item is disaster recovery hardware replacement up to $224,541 from the ARPA funds.
Any questions? I mean, these have been batted around like crazy.
Yeah, over the last 4 to 5 months, policy and governance have been working with the different departments and reviewing these items, and this is the short list of what we've considered for recommendation.
And to follow up on some of the comments our citizens made, what we all decided was that the county would look at internal needs first and allocate funds to internal department needs, and then go out to the community and do some community assessment to figure out what the community needs are. And so Mr. Johnson and Mr. Cummings brought up fair points that once we take care of our internal needs, we will turn around and policy and governance and our Accenture, our consultant, will work with the community to figure out how can we spend our funds in the community. So just wanted to clarify that.
Yes.
Okay. So for all of these items, is there any public here that wants to speak about them? Because they have been exhaustively discussed in public meetings for policy and governance, and the staff has worked very hard to brief each of us. So I don't think there's probably any surprises here. So, but I don't want to look flippant as we're going through them, but it's because it was handled at another public forum that most of these were pretty flushed out. So if not, are there motions?
I'll move approval on item 45.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 46 is project 10009, juvenile burial elevator capital plan for not to exceed $475,311 from the ARPA funds.
And Jamie, is this to fully replace the elevators? Can you remind us? Fully replace the elevators. Okay. I'll move approval on item 46.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
47.
Is project 10031, juvenile bureau, construction of the courtroom lobby, not to exceed $815,000 from the ARPA funds.
And Jamie, this is your lobby downstairs, not the main entrance lobby. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
We have a lobby on the first floor, so this will
Take care of that. Okay. I'll move approval on item 47.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
48.
Project number 10043, not to exceed $777,472.
And the sheriff is behind you to speak to this item.
Special revenue funds.
48 through 50 are big items. I think when you talked about our activists that come, Johnson and Mr. Cummings, when they speak about things that go back into the community, these items are a holistic approach to go back into the community. It allows us to invest in the sheriff's office. It allows us to invest in mental health programs, our SRO programs, which we do have an agenda item on later for extending our SRO programs to other schools. It allows us to get equipment that allows us to respond to things quickly, up-to-date fashion, and in a fashion that keeps people safe, keeps our deputies safe, keeps the citizens safe. This is an approach that I think has been very vetted out. My team has done a great job at making sure it covers all the points that we wanted these dollars to, attack, be able to be a wholesome response. So once again, that the federal government and President Biden himself said we need to invest in law enforcement because they saw on the heels of the defund the law enforcement movement and what that did to us. And so we're trying to get back to where we care for the community and we keep them safe. And if you have any questions, we can address those.
I know on item, let's see. I think it's 48. Was this the item to get some assistance for Captain Bradley?
Once again, this is all encompassing. Each thing is supporting each thing. So these 48 and 49 are going to go back into service fees, which allows us to be perspective, which allows us to plan. Because right now, our service fees are what our deputies work for. And so as anybody in America, we're living month to month and don't really get to invest in the agency like that. Item 50, that's going to be where a lot of our resources come in, the things that we use, body cams, things like that, investing in Triad, investing in Bradley with his mental health, not only purchasing items to hand out as far as flyers and information, but it allows us to invest in their areas that allows us to bolster that response. Because right now, Bradley's doing it by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, what could I do if I had?
He's only one person.
Yes. I mean, and he, when he's not in court, he's in the community. So what could I do if I had 2 or 3 Bradleys?
Yeah.
And
And can you kind of clarify for folks what Captain Bradley does, or Lieutenant Bradley?
He is our mental health deputy. And what he does, he's really taken this job and made it his own. And I think that's the power behind it. We were getting hundreds of calls a week from mental health consumers. Those have now shut down because instead of being or responding and reacting to mental health, we have in Oklahoma County been proactive in our response to mental health. So he goes to our consumers that we deal with on a daily basis. Also, he's a resource. He helps guide people through that system, whether they need resources, whether they need help in the, navigating the legal system part of the mental health aspect. And so, I mean, we're wearing them thin. Yeah. And then not only does he do this for the outside, but he provides mental health assistance for the inside, because deputies need, they have needs too. We have families, we have things we deal with in our life. And so to be able to have someone to go to that can get you the information, the resources you need, the help you need, it benefits everybody involved. And so, like I'll say again, 48, 49, and 50 is a very holistic approach where it's an investment into the agency, into the deputies, and into the community.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval on item 48.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
49.
And I'll wait for my screen to catch up.
49 is project number 10044, reimbursement of $2,372,986 from ARPA funds to the sheriff's special revenue funds.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 50 is project 10047, Sheriff's Office Comprehensive Community Violence Intervention. This project is up to $8,608,318.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 51 was
Thank you,
mentioned.
Sheriff.
Item 51 was mentioned earlier, project 10064, Emergency Management Operations Center, up to $5,080,000 from the ARPA funds.
Any comments, Mr. Barnes? I bet you're excited about this one. I'll move approval on item 51.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 52, project 10067, engineering in an effort to work with the annex new front entrance, $1 million from the ARPA funds.
Any comments, Stacy?
That project's been on the list for a while.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 53, project 10073, detention center, encompasses their heating and air systems project not to exceed $2,100,000 from the ARPA funds.
Is there someone from the jail or the jail trust here?
Well, I am. And,
Okay.
yeah, they, again, it'll help in terms of, stopping the spread of COVID with regard to the air handling and all that kind of stuff. So it is a needed item.
And I do remember with CARES money, the jail was able to upgrade the heat and air system.
Some of it.
Some of it. And so this is to kind of finish the job.
Correct.
Okay. I'll move approval on item 53.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 54 is project 10077, detention center to assist with the updated loading dock updates, not to exceed $137,000 in ARPA funds.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 55, Project 10090, Juvenile Bureau Violence Intervention Program over a 3-year period, not to exceed $190,000 from the ARPA funds.
Jamie, have you all done this program before? Oh, there you are.
No, we have not. And this program will be developed and, what's the word?
In partnership?
Yes. With task.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's why Reverend Manning and his people are here tonight.
Okay.
They're going to go into the detention facility 4 or 5 days a week and conduct groups and work on trying to intervene with over half our population is gun involved and gang involved youth, especially with the change in the law. We have a whole lot of violent offenders. So we're hoping that this will help.
And let me apologize. I didn't realize that your item was on there, Pastor, for this here. Otherwise, I'd have asked that we bump this one up in the agenda. So sorry about that. Sorry to all you from task that
Thank you
had to
for
wait
being
and
here.
all that. But thanks for being here. You got a great program.
Yeah.
I'm happy to move the item.
And I'm happy to second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 56, project number 10091, Juvenile Bureau Telemental Health, not to exceed $355,500 from ARPA funds.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 57, project number 10092, County IT, the Pantera project, not to exceed $166,667 from ARPA.
Can you remind me what Pantera is?
They can.
Absolutely can.
I figured somebody could,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't Mike.
The Pantera software is for testing internal and external penetration of our county network. It keeps us apprised of what could become a problem.
And thereby keeps us, up and running in the event that we have to telecommute and do all that with regard to epidemics.
That's if there is a way for something to get into the network, this helps us find it.
Okay.
I'll move approval on item 57.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 58, project number 10093, County IT Secret Server, up to $68,171 from their ARPA funds.
That one actually does require a little explanation. You write secret on there.
When you hear the name of the company, it's Thycotic, no, they changed to Delinea. But a secret server is just a program that is able to concentrate passwords and keep them encrypted and secure, so you're not, for system level passwords, server level network service accounts, they're kept in an encrypted vault that's air gapped instead of being part of the network. So it's a safer way to keep passwords.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 59, project number 10094, County IT Q Radar, up to $330,263 from the ARPA funds.
You don't have to explain it, but Q37 and Q38 in the military, Colonel, means that's counter battery fire. So that's like if somebody's shooting artillery shells at you, they can radar acquire it and shoot the place where it came from. So when I saw that, I took a double take initially, but it's not Q38 or 37.
It would be really cool if it was. I wouldn't be kidding. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, if Tulsa County's shooting artillery at us, we could just counter battery.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
The Q Radar software is what's called a SIM. It's an aggregate for all of your logging, security logs, and everything that comes from all the different things that you do those items with. It gives it a single place to land and for us to go through and see where there's problems.
I'm so glad you all know what you're doing, because this is like,
we try
jargon to me. So we appreciate you all a lot.
Indeed. Thank you.
I will move approval on item 59.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
60.
Item 60 is project number 10095, Juvenile Bureau roof replacement of this Justice Center, not to exceed $914,683 from the ARPA funds.
Jamie, do you know how old your roof is? Pretty old. Do you know how old it is?
Estabrook?
12 years old. Okay.
And it's probably been hit by hail since that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll move approval on item 60.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now the moment that the treasurer's been waiting for. Joe?
Yes, this in part is a companion item to, I believe it was item 52, the annex entrance. In order to get the space that we need to properly disperse people, we need to move purchasing. We're going to take them up to the third floor east end of the hall that was previously occupied by MIS, basically where Commissioner Bloomer came into office, we were located. So they'll take about 1,100 square feet. The portion of reconstruction costs there will come out of that unallocated portion of the county capital that we get, usually for the infrastructure. And then the remainder of the space, as you mentioned, the treasurer's here, and he has asked that he be allowed to occupy that. And my understanding is it'll be for bookkeeping and financials. And then Mr. Freeman has agreed to utilize his funds for that remodel. So
I figured that you were wanting that to keep the vault where you keep all those big piles of cash so you can kind of swim in, on your lunch period and all that. Just kidding.
Like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
I'll move approval on item 61.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Sheriff?
This is an MOU between Summit Middle School and the Sheriff's Office to provide one school resource officer. And this contract's through July 1st through June 30th, 23. Obviously, of course, the same rate that we have done with the rest of our schools will be applicable here.
Happy to move the item.
Have we ever had an SRO in Summit Middle School?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
And that's Edmond, right?
It's Edmond Schools, but it's in the city limits of Oklahoma City. So Edmond Police doesn't serve it.
If you're just wondering, I believe it was five new school systems that were brought on in this past. Am I correct? 5 new. Okay.
All right. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Sheriff.
And please convey to your, I know you have already, but let's see, Captain Avery and all your SROs and all that, our thanks for the, good work that they do. I think it's on everybody's mind now, that you have to have responsive SROs, and I know you all are, so we greatly appreciate you.
I want to thank everybody who helped us through those last 16 items. That was a lot of staff work. In particular, the Sheriff's Office did a yeoman's job of trying to help us figure out what can and can't be used within their agency, and same for Jamie. And we'll be missing you, Jamie. I appreciate your diligence when it comes to these budget items in particular. We've already done the treasurer's item. Is there commissioner comments, District 1?
I was excited to see Pastor Manning and happy that we're going to help get his program into the juvenile center because he does incredible work in some of our prisons. And I think he's going to do an outstanding job with our youth in our juvenile center. So happy to do that.
Very much so. And they could also do good work with regard to the jail. So maybe there'll be other agenda items, down the road with regard to that. Jamie, we're going to miss you. You've done a fantastic job as director of our juvenile bureau and big shoes to fill. And I know you'll be around to consult and things of that nature, and we're grateful for your willingness to do that. But you've led your team well, and we're going to miss you.
And ditto. And I wanted to thank Accenture too for being here in case there was a need for answering a question. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you all.
Any new business? If not, is there any other citizens to be heard? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. This court. You need to get Brian to use his mallet more often.
Did you hear that she called you Scrooge McDuck?
He swims in his coins. Yeah, he swims around.
Okay, are you ready? I'll call the PBA together. All three trustees are present. It was properly posted on August 11th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of August 1st?
Oh, let me get in the meeting. Hold on. I'll move we approve our minutes when it's on my screen. Oh, there we go.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I'll move we approve our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Then the Infant Crisis Center annually comes to us and asks for the use of our parking lot there on Lincoln. It's item 3.
Do they use it for overflow or do they use it for a special event?
They use it for special event parking.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 4, Keith.
Item 4 is to fully fund our debt service for the PBA bonds in the amount of $794,000. We make 2 payments a year, one in December and one in May.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 5 is to pay for our property and casualty insurance for the Lincoln property in the amount of $32,139.
Okay, is there a motion?
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 6 is a like item for Metro Parking. Insurance premium for the year, $64,987.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 7 is an insurance premium annually for the Investors Capital Building in the amount of $26,055.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 8 covers the insurance premium, the annual insurance premium for the Kraus property. That sum is $26,754. Also, we are including an amount $27,152.25 to appropriate for M&O through the end of this calendar year. That would be a total of $53,906.
And 25 cents.
And 25 cents, yes.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 9 is moving $30,601.34 into the PBA reserve.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
10 is a report of fees for the month from Metro.
Move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 11 is the report of fees for the PBA for the month of July.
Move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 12 is to receive financial statements prepared by Steve Landreth and Associates.
Did y'all hit your buttons on 11?
I thought I did.
It was delayed, but it's up now.
You want to try again?
Okay.
All right. 12. It's to receive the statements.
Move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 13, 14, and 15 are related. If you recall, we had noticed some damage to one of the columns in Metro 1. We'd engaged all 4 to come out and give us a brief review of the condition of that particular column. Subsequently, we had observed there were as many as 8 columns throughout the parking garage with similar types of degradation. Item 13 is to take from reserve $33,500 to do an assessment of both Metro 1 and Metro 2. You'll see the next 2 agenda items reference Zoll Ford, that engineering company. We've not done an assessment in over a decade. We've made repairs periodically to the parking garage as needed. It's time we do an assessment to look at the overall condition rather than dealing with just a few little columns that need to be addressed.
And can you remind me when Metro 1 and Metro 2 were built?
I don't have that information. I don't know.
Okay.
Metro 2 was opened in, I think, 2005, maybe. I think.
Okay. I'll move approval on item 13.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And these are subject to encumbrances. Item 14 is to appropriate $16,000 to Zoll Ford for the assessment in Metro 1.
I'll move approval on item 14.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 15 is a like item for Metro 2 in the amount of $17,500.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We got 2 new parking spaces.
I'll move approval on item 16.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any citizens to be heard? No board comments. I was going to ask Keith in new business to report on the damaged window.
Yes, we got a telephone call from our monitoring company that we had had a break-in in Metro 1 over the weekend. Apparently, a piece of concrete or a rock was thrown through one of the windows. No one entered the space, but the window has been damaged, and we've got people on their way to make the repairs.
Do we have security camera footage out there?
Some. The security cameras need to be upgraded, so I'm not sure exactly what was caught on camera.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.